you over there. And we're done. So session 2.
Is anyone else lagging?
No.
Not that I'm aware of.
No, not on audio anyway.
No, it was just when Dean was talking. Try again, Dean.
Hello. Hello.
Well, it seems fine.
Hello.
Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever
I've clicked seems to have solved our problem. So, end of last session, you did kill Olaf One Eye. So, who did the finishing blow on Olaf One Eye? Can someone?
Oh, that was me because he stuck his axe in my shield.
Ah.
I threw my shield because he rolled a 1.
I remember.
I slaughtered him.
Yeah.
Held him to a tree, as I recall.
Have you kept any of Olaf One Eye for hors d'oeuvres later?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we may need to explain this as we're moving on, but your race does have a bit of doesn't have a cannibalistic nature anymore, but apparently Nameless does. So it's something that we're rolling with.
It's just fun.
It's like the second thing you did in a role-playing game ever was decide to eat someone. And that was, that's just where we are now.
This is what coronavirus does.
Yeah. This is literally what it does.
Into a brain-eating zombie. Yeah.
Exactly. So, we are heading back to town at this moment in time. So we're heading all the way back to, if we have a little look at the map on the screen, if you can get the map of Lethane Valley up, that would be great. You're going from the Grailwood all the way back to Brindle right now. So you're off through the Grailwood back towards Brindle. So, just for if Steady's watching and things, you will get to see my GM stuff on screen. You're just going to have to deal with it and see behind the screens a little bit. So, when you're on the way back to Brindle, as you were last time, as you left it, does anyone remember what you were supposed to be getting paid for this job at all? Do anyone remember?
9,000.
No, it was 10. Wasn't it 10?
I thought we started at 10. He went 8. Then we said 9.
Okay.
Yes, it was around 9,000. So we'll say 9,000 for now.
Fine. It's a lot. It's enough.
It's a lot. It is a lot.
And don't forget, you should each have that extra gold from the chest.
Yeah, I've got that.
Okay, who has the highest ingenuity in the party?
Not me.
Okay.
Not me.
Do you all have 0?
I have 1.
Oh, you have 1. Okay, cool.
Woohoo!
So, Nameless, as you're walking down the sodden path back towards Brindle, you notice that when you're looking at the map, because this isn't your country, okay? This is a filthy, cold country, and you can't wait to go home. But you're looking at this map, just wondering about Corinth and all these cities that you want to go back to and you want to visit when you get back to the Achaean Islands, and you're noticing something, and that's that things are burning in the real world, obviously. So Fletcher's watch was burning last time, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And there were Falkira in the Grailwood too. But Brindle's still standing.
Okay.
And I'm just going to leave that there. So that's just a little thing that pops into your head as you would as a mercenary with knowledge of the ground and knowledge and a bit of ingenuity in fixing complex problems, that you look at that, you go, that's a bit... And then you just... You whack the map back away and you carry on walking, essentially.
Okay.
When you get to Brindle, Saya is there, the guard captain that you spoke to last time, blonde woman, and she's standing there with a few men who are basically just haranguing people, telling them to go indoors until the crisis is over. Art imitating life, as it would be. And she gives you a glance in your direction as you three come back in. As you walk past one of the guardsmen standing near the gate, he's rubbing his jaw, where obviously it's been reset, and he's not very happy. And he looks towards you, Nameless, and he just grumbles and looks away again as you walk past him.
Just give him a wink as I walk past again.
Okay, cool. And you guys now head into the town centre where Hursk, who is the mayor of the town, is He's negotiating for a few sacks of grain and a few bits of fish, things like that, just with general merchants. And as he sees you guys, he walks over to you and wrings his hands and says, what happened? Is everything fine? Did you? Where are the men? And the men have not come back with you just yet. You did see them on the trail walking back there. They're a bit behind you.
A bit behind us. We saw them walking on the trail.
Okay, cool. So he just nods and goes for it. So your payment. Sorry. What happened? First of all.
I killed a lot of people and then fell unconscious after being shot in the back. Not quite sure by who yet.
He just nods and goes, "Who shot you? Are you okay?"
And I just kind of look down at my feet.
And I'll chuckle.
Lochner, at this stage, after what happened last time, so how about you read the new rule that you've got, just so everyone's aware of what's going on. And please, nobody try and kill Lochner to make this happen. This is something that just happens. And I'm going to probably say it doesn't happen if your allies hit you, because you don't get the same rage. But go ahead.
Oh, no, I've got to dig it up first. Bear with me.
Should be there. No, joke. So Lochner's looking worse for wear, and ideally, because what the rule will do is when he goes into this battle rage, he essentially loses all control and goes straight for the people who have hurt him, and in doing so takes a lot more damage than he normally would, and which is why he loses vitality points when he does this permanently. So he's looking pretty scratched up, and when he says, "Yeah, I got shot in the back," and glances over his shoulder, you can see there is quite a nasty wound there as well that will need bandaging pretty soon, or it's going to get infected.
I think my shoulder needs bandaging pretty soon. I was probably going to get infected.
It's going to be one of those nights. I assume it's going to be.
Sorry, mate. You put the words right into my mouth.
Yeah. I put other things right in your mouth as well. Okay, so do you have the rule there, or do you want me to do it? Do you want me to?
If you could, because although it's only 189k, it's still taking all this time to actually download it onto my phone.
Do you know what? We'll come back to that later. It's no problem. So he looks over to you and says, "Well, is he dead? Is who did you find there? Was it Winter? Was it Olaf? What happened?"
I was unconscious.
Who wants to take the lead on negotiating?
Go for it. I wasn't there.
Okay, well, I'll just grunt that he's dead, and maybe give him the detail that his corpse is still impaled to a tree.
Didn't we bring back the head though? Because he said he wanted the head.
I think you did bring back the head.
Yeah, who has?
Oh well, just toss the head into his lap, I guess.
Okay, so the head just like slaps into his stomach and like flops on the floor, and he turns over with his foot very gingerly. It was like, yes, your payment, and he goes and he like clicks like twice, and two guardsmen come over with a single chest, and if you turn it over, there are copper bits in there. So these are all generic copper coins that are used in Albion. And you can sit there and count them all day if you wish, but he does say that there is 9,000 there for you, and he will keep it in the tavern for you, keep it safe under lock and key until you're ready to depart and take it with you.
So hang on, the mayor who couldn't deal with this guy that we just dealt with is going to keep our money safe because it's safer than with us.
Do you say this out loud?
Yes.
Okay. He says yes, but when you're out on the trail, you can be robbed. You can, things can fall out of your pocket. You can misplace things. What did you say? Sorry.
You don't have the money, do you?
I most assuredly do have the money, sir. It is all in this chest, and he opens the chest.
Then we'll take it.
He He says, "How would you transport it? It's very heavy. How would you?"
We have a Lochner.
And by the way, while this is going on, I'm remembering like my old cottage, like in the woods, and like some hiding places where we could put it for safekeeping.
Okay, cool. So finally he relents and says, "Fine. Just don't come crying to me. I won't be able to pay you again when this may go missing." So he gives it to you.
Threatening us. That sounds remarkably like extortion to me.
No. I'm just saying that I won't pay you again if this goes missing. If you somehow get jumped or if someone if the Falkir get a hold of it or something like that.
Why would that even cross your mind? You seem strangely defensive and guilty looking.
He says I'm just trying to pay you your reward, your due.
Trying to keep it and then threatening us.
Okay, so he says, I profusely apologise if that's how it came across. I am new to hiring mercenaries. It's not really a done thing around here.
Fair enough.
He said, "Would you like a healer to see to your wound there? It seems rather gangrenous."
It's only been 5 minutes. I'm going gangrenous. Yeah. Yes, please. It stings a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So he clicks and has somebody else come over and he looks at you, Lochner, with like as you would approach say if a lion has something in its paw and you have to get it out, he's approaching you like that with a bandage and some disinfectant like herbs in his other hand. He's giving you. He walks over to you and he says he's got an Albion accent, but he speaks in very, very slow Falkir speak. He says, "Would you like me to rub?" And has the herbs in his other hand, and he's like putting his hand towards you. Yes, it's good. Good.
Are we in the pub?
No, you're outside.
Outside. I go into the pub, beckoning him.
Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Clear off the table.
Yeah.
Take off the top and lie face down on the table.
Okay. All right. So yeah. All right. Cool. I'm gonna do a quick roll here. On the. There we go. And there we go. So I'm gonna do a quick roll. Oops. There we go. Okay. So cool. So he is rubbing this healing mixture into the wound on your, and it stings a little, but you know from your life as mercenary, stinging is often good. It means it's doing its work, it's doing its job. It's the main thing. So
if it stings, I'll grunt sexily.
Okay. Okay. Sounds about right. Sounds like Lochner. Cool. So
my body. Sorry, no, go.
That's okay. So we are currently outside now. So the chest is still on the floor. Lochner is nowhere around. What are you guys going to do with the reward that you've been given?
How long does Lochner need to rest to heal?
Depends on Lochner. He's not knocked out.
Because
so
I would I'd go into the pub to Lochner and say, while you're healing, Nameless and I will go stash the money.
Sounds like a plan. I'll have the beers ready when you get back.
Are you guys speaking in Falkir or are you speaking in Albion?
Okay, presumably, because it's our native tongue.
It's not Arden's native tongue. But she can speak it. She was working there, so she can speak it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we can be speaking in Falkir.
Oh, cool. Awesome. So the heel looks at you both suspiciously as he's rubbing this ointment in, because he doesn't realise what you're saying. Thinks you're planning something, obviously. These people, Arden, you're getting the distinct impression these people are not used to dealing with mercenaries, at all. Okay, these are very simple folk. So I won't quite role play you finding your Actually, yeah, I will. Actually, yeah, I will. So Lochner will be back to him in like a few minutes. But Arden and Nameless, you are heading back towards the Grailwood.
Okay.
And do you remember the trail, Arden? Do you remember the trail back to your house from here, or this is all you?
But to make sure that we're not being followed, I take a really windy way because I don't trust the mayor.
Okay.
Wanted the money.
Nameless, from your experience as mercenary, you know what she's doing. It's up to you whether you find it irritating or not, or whether you're happy to go along with.
No, I'm just going to skip along and whistle.
Mm-hmm. So.
And then I guess we see my cottage up ahead.
Yes, it has been abandoned for some years. It looks like it's very dusty. It's very cold. And it looks like a lot of the moss from the surrounding Grailwood has almost covered this small hut. And on the outside, you see there is a poplar tree, which is not native to the lands here. It is native to Hispania. And it also grows in Ireland as well, in Caledonia. So you can see this poplar tree, and underneath it there are two graves that are just side by side. And the names are barely legible under the moss, and of course the door is ajar. So obviously someone's been in here before. Mostly probably spent the night. From what you're thinking, Arden, you're probably a wanderer that spent the night once or twice or whatever. But it is empty. There's nothing in there. So where would you like to build or to stash this thing? Where would you like to put it?
I would go to the small shed behind the house and grab a shovel, and then hand it to Nameless and say, "Over there by that tree, we'll bury this."
Wow, that's some real feminine power there, isn't it? Get a man to dig.
Yep.
Okay, well, I'll grunt and agree begrudgingly.
I mean, you're
a hole.
You're an Achaean. You're barely a man.
10 times my size in the game.
Yeah. You're an Achaean. You're more giant than man. Let's be honest.
Okay, fair enough. Well, yeah, I'll dig a hole.
So,
how deep are we digging this?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Oh,
You're the brains.
no, I would.
She's going to be making dinner. Whilst you're digging a hole, she's going to be making dinner and washing up in the kitchen.
Oh.
I don't know. How deep does it need to be that it won't just wash away with like a rain?
I mean, I could go. I don't know. It depends on.
What, like 4 feet?
Yeah, I guess. Obviously, the deeper it goes, this is sounding really dodgy, the less likely it is to be found again afterwards.
Let's say 4 feet.
Okay. So
that's why they call it hide the sausage.
Well, it's well and truly hidden if it's 4 feet.
Yeah. So you're going 4 feet down into the dirt.
Yeah, 4 deep.
Okay.
Near the tree.
Near the tree. So not near the graves, but near the tree.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the other side.
So yeah, it literally, as an Achaean, it takes you like 5 swings of this shovel to get down to that. And to get down there, you're there, you're done, and you whack it down there. You latch it shut, and then you cover it up with the soil, the topsoil. Are you going to mark it in any way, or just so you'll know it's there, or are you going to just leave it as is?
Well, we know it's there because of the tree.
We know it's there.
We need to cover the fresh soil as well, just to make sure that it's
Cool.
not visible.
Cool. So you get some brambles and branches and just like lay it around, and yeah, cool.
Make it look natural.
Awesome. So Arden, this is the first time you've been here in a few years, since your pa died.
I would go over and I kneel down at the graves for a moment, just kind of bow my head, moment of silence.
Cool.
And then just without saying a word, just get up, nod at Nameless, and we start walking back towards Brindle.
Awesome. Nameless, you're just going to follow? You're going to...
Yep, skipping and whistling.
Cool. Awesome. So, as you come back into Brindle, you see on the outside there is a trough of water, which has there's a little spring in the middle of the town that is coming down from obviously it's come down from the mountains, and it's bubbling away, and there's a little pipe network that goes into a communal trough, and you see Lochner there with his head in this trough, and he just like pulls it back, and he just like washing himself down. He has a bandage over his shoulder and pectoral muscle over to behind his shoulder, so it's all bandaged up. And he's just testing it. You can tell he's just testing his swinging arm just to see how much give it's got in the bandages.
I'll whisper to our den, fire another one at him.
just send him off.
I just shake my head and roll my eyes. But then also feeling a little guiltily, I ask Lochner, so did that ointment work?
Dean, did it work? I presume it did.
Yes. I would say how much vitality points do you have? Yeah, all in all, like if you were full.
If I was full, 5.
5. Okay, go ahead and have 4. Go ahead and have 4 for me. Okay. Is that even with the rework of the rules as well? You've still got 5 VP.
I haven't actually done the rule rework yet.
See. You're the guy who requested him. You fucking. Anyway.
I only suggested.
Yeah, but you've got more experience of doing this than me, so.
Mother. Is it basically what I said? 30 points and it costs the same?
Yes. No. It goes up in costs. The more points you put into something, the more expensive it is, essentially.
But it's like the cost of the previous point, is it?
Yes. So let's go down to making your character.
So, like, to get to level 3 costs 6 points.
Yes.
Because it costs 1 point to get to level 1, then 2 points to get to level 2, and 3 points on top of that to get to level 3.
So I can see why it's a bit confusing where you look at it and goes, but yeah, but the cost says 1, 2, 3, 4, doesn't it? And yeah, but that's the cost, not the number, if you know what I'm saying. Like, it's, yeah. So to get to 2 costs 3, to get to 3 costs 5, to get to 6, sorry.
So 4 costs 10.
Yeah, exactly.
5 costs 15.
So, once you've done that, go ahead and have 3/4 of, or round it up, of whatever your vitality points are. So you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty good, I would say, at the moment. It's definitely working its magic on you. Because while there is no healing magic, and Jade, you might want to pay attention to that bit, whilst there's no healing magic, there is healing herbalism, especially in Albion. So people of Albion are well known for their remedies and you can use magic. Merlin did this, for example, in this setting. You can use magic to use hallucinogenic drugs to put you in a state where you can see the future and things like that, and all different things. So,
okay.
Natural remedies, Britain.
That's me.
23.
So.
I'll just say I'm not being deliberately quiet. I am eating my takeaway right now.
Oh shit! It got there. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love some Chinese food.
That's exactly what I'm eating.
Oh,
It's so good.
I'm so jealous.
I already had mine.
My dad has double pneumonia, so we're trying to be like super careful, and he's also like really scared to order anything from a restaurant right now. But oh my God, some Chinese food would be amazing.
So what are you eating now then, Mike?
Well, I'm pretty much done, but it was beef and oyster sauce, chow mein, prawn crackers, spring rolls, and something else which I can't remember. But it's gone, so.
All gone.
So, Dean, my new stats.
Yes.
So and this is including the racial bonuses?
Yes, it is including racial bonuses.
So from the top, might 5, speed 2, guile 0, vitality 5 as was, attraction 2, ingenuity 1.
Yep.
Stormblood 0 and perception 2.
Nice. So how many vitality points is that all together now?
That's 5 vitality points, and I got that one back, didn't I?
Yep,
Yeah, so
10 is that?
It's 5. No, it's 5.
Yeah, but 5 with remember how your health. This is your health. You know what I mean? So it's like for every 1 point you have, you get a certain amount of vitality points before you go down in combat, and it's I think it's 2. So you would have. You've got 5 in vitality points. You should have. You've got 5 and vitality points as the core attribute. You should have 10 vitality points, health points essentially.
Yeah.
Cool. So you've got 8 now, which is good. So you're feeling pretty good. So when Arden asked that question, you respond in kind.
Yeah. Feeling pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to rock and roll.
Cool.
Rock and roll, such a thing.
The mayor comes up behind you, Lochnia, and gives you a hearty slap on the shoulder, and the wrong shoulder. You didn't quite realise that you're bandaged up. Very oblivious.
Back fist him in the face.
Okay, so he's gonna just knock him out. Okay, do a might check for me.
What check, sorry?
A might check. So we're looking at in terms of. Whoops. I almost said mic check there, like he's just dropping a mic. Like, yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yes. So you pretty much turn around and sock this guy, right in the forehead. So he just staggers backwards and just falls to the muck. And to gasps all around you of the townspeople, and a few of them come running over to help him back to his feet. And he says, what have I done? I'm sorry. What was that?
An injured animal from behind. Don't do it again.
He just nods and says, "Fair enough. I'm sorry. I was going to offer you more work if you are of a mind." And he just rubs his own temple that was. Saya and a few other guards have moved over to you guys, obviously, after this, and they're just there's 10 of them. So, and Nameless, your predatory senses are telling you that you could probably fight these guys off, but it's going to be a tight call if it comes to that. There's more of them.
Or we could just shoot him in the back again. Let him go.
Yeah, exactly. That could be a thing. That could be a thing. So, Hursk rubs at his temple and says, "Look, I can offer you more work. Please, just don't cause any trouble."
What kind of work?
I'm sure you've seen the plume of smoke to the north over the past couple of days. You came over the mountains, you must have seen it. That's in the direction of Venmar. It's a free city up there. I need to know if they've survived whatever has hit them. And if they have, they may have certain goods there that I wouldn't mind being brought back here for safekeeping.
So you basically want us to go to Venmar and take their shit and bring it back to you for air quotes safekeeping.
He said, "Just keep your voice down." And he tries to lead you away, Endless, to the tavern. Nameless, he says, "Just come with me. Will you all come with me, please?"
So I
Yeah,
guess
we'll follow.
I'll voice my disapproval, but I'll follow.
Okay. So, and are you going with them, Lochner, or are you staying there to?
No, I go with them.
Okay, cool. As you guys all head in, he goes, yes. Oh, very funny. Yes, good. And he closes the door really really and he says, "Look, just please don't shout our business out in public. It's not the done thing. I just want you to go to Venmar and just to report back to me if they've survived whatever has happened there. There's no smoke without fire, as they say."
Who don't you want to know about this? Why are you being so secretive?
I'm not being secretive. Your companion there made out like I was robbing the dead. And I don't want my people to think that I'm, taking advantage of the situation.
Even though that's exactly what you just suggested.
Look, I can offer 10,000 this time. 10,000. Now, again, Nameless, you've been around the block, even though you're quite young, you're basically brought up as a mercenary. That's your culture. So this is a lot of money. Like, he's giving you 9,000, now he's giving you 10. This is quite a bit of money. You could probably start a caravan with like 25,000, like quite easily. 25,000 bits, copper bits. So he's not offering you a small amount.
I want to know what the goods are that he wants and how much the goods are actually worth comparatively to what he's offering as a reward. Because obviously the reward has got to be less than what he's getting.
Cool. Roll a attractiveness or guile. I'm going to go for guile. So roll a guile check for me. That's all right.
Okay.
And we'll go with that one. Okay. So that is a 10. Not terrible. Not great. So
what if Arden was wondering the exact same thing and wants to roll a guile check?
Then you can do that if you wish.
Sweet, because we might get something.
Let's see.
Oh, dang it!
Yeah. So you're getting nothing really from him, but what you are getting is a sense of he's really well. He just says, "Look, there's nothing in particular there that I want. Venmar is a rich town. If the raiders are still there, maybe you can exact some vengeance for the dead. And if they're not, then maybe you can see what they left behind. But surely it's better here with us so we can trade it than up there, where they can just steal it and take it back to the Falkir lands."
Why wouldn't I just take it?
It's like, well, you're an Archaean, aren't you? You never break contracts.
I haven't signed a contract yet.
But if you did...
Yeah, but now he's told me about it.
Yeah,
I don't have to sign a contract.
Why don't we just go explore it for ourselves?
He said, you can do that, of course. And there would be nothing to stop you. But I'm willing to allow you to keep a percentage of the proceeds and be paid a guaranteed lump sum when you return. No matter what you find. You could go there and find nothing.
I guess I'll just ask the others how much they actually trust this guy.
Do you want to do that in front of him, or do you want to ask for some time to...
Yeah, I'd rather ask for him to bugger off for a minute.
He steps outside.
So what do you guys think?
I trust him as far as I can throw him.
No. He's pretty shady.
Not that far. No, he's up to something.
He sounds nervous.
But equally, we could play him back. If he's trying to play us, we can go along with the plan and then do a double cross.
Well, if we accept a contract and then we break it, we'll never get any mercenary work again.
That's true. This is a small valley, and I'm only saying this because you are all mercenaries, and this isn't you would know. This is a small valley. If word does get around, you are a very distinctive grouping. If word does get around that you're not to be trusted, then yeah, that could ruin you in this part of the world.
So
I say we just go explore for ourselves.
Yeah, so just take ourselves there without the contract and see what we can gather.
Yes.
I mean, that sounds good to me, because I don't
still
trust this guy.
Know what his motives are.
Yep. I agree with that.
If you're happy to invite him back into the room, I can have him come back in.
I'm happy. Is everyone else?
Yeah.
Cool. So, Hursk comes back into the room. And he wrings his hands again and says, "Have you come to a decision? How much would you be willing to take this on our behalf?"
We haven't made any decisions yet. We'd rather go see what's happening for ourselves first.
He says, I understand. Please bear in mind that if you find anything there and make off with it, that would not go down well in the local area. Those are goods bound for this town and other towns down here. You know, from here to Grail Cross, Kale's Bridge, Lafane itself is expecting goods.
But isn't that exactly what he wanted us to do for him?
He says, no, because I would be selling them this produce anyway. This was that a lot of that produce was due to come here, so I could sell it to Lafane.
But you're not having to buy it.
No,
So
I'm
you're
paying
gonna get it
you.
for free.
No, instead I am paying you. I'm paying you.
Well, I'm
Well-
still happy with Arden's plan.
Yeah, we'll just see what's happening and then make a decision from there.
He nods and says, and you can see. Everyone roll a guile check for me. Or perception roll. Yeah, perception instead, actually. Let's use that attribute since I put it in the game. Let's walk it in there.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I'm rolling better this week.
Okay. Okay.
I'm still on fire.
So, quite literally, if we. So Lochner and Nameless. Arden, you already leave at this point. You're just like, okay, cool, and you leave, and you walk out into the fresh air, and you're just like watching the townspeople go about their business. Nameless and Lochner, you guys pick up a slight. There's definitely a flash of anger behind the eyes of Hursk here. Definitely, like a little bit of a bite back of a retort, and he says, "As you wish. I wish you a pleasant journey up north. It can be very cold, so just wrap up warm. And if you do find anything, please bear in mind the offer still stands when you get back." And he lowers his head and then walks out. Go on.
I was just going to say, I mean, there's no way to react to that other than just a grunt and inform Arden what we'd noticed.
Cool. Arden, when you're outside, you're aware that he's going to come walking out at any point. Do you stay where you are, or do you like just get out of sight a little bit, or do you just walk into the town square? What do you do?
I'm just kind of waiting outside the door.
Cool.
But do I hear him make any kind of like weird noise that makes him sound like angry or anything? On the way
Yeah,
out?
he's definitely grumbling about fucking mercenaries.
Well, then I might duck to the side a little bit.
Okay. So yeah, again, you hear him grumbling about fucking mercenaries, and he just stomps off. He looks really annoyed as he stomps off, and he clicks his fingers, and about 8 or 9 blokes, just guardsmen, come to him, and then they march off back to his home.
Would it be worth for Arden to like follow him?
You're not there. Yeah, so it's all Arden. So what would you like? What would you like to do with that information? With the information that's.
Let's see. With Guile, would I be able to sneak around and subtly kind of trail him? For a bit?
He's walked across the town square. It's broad daylight right now. It's near midday. So that would be a struggle, even for someone who was essentially the knight. It would be a struggle.
Okay.
So you could certainly try.
I think I'll just make a mental note that I
Cool.
just don't trust this guy.
Yeah, you do sort of think to yourself, if things are pretty tense as they are, if you're caught sneaking around in broad daylight, then they're not going to kill you, but it's not going to do your reputation any favors around the place. So Lochner and Nameless come striding out, and they're just having a jovial conversation about what a dick that guy is.
Say, well, before we head up north, we might want to get some supplies. It's going to get much colder.
I would agree with that.
Cool.
Because we have gold to spend.
You certainly do.
Bits.
You certainly do. How much gold do you have on you, though? That's the point.
So
I have 437.
Mm-hmm.
I have 436. I've been shortchanged.
Cool. So what do you guys like to do? There are stalls here. It's midday. There are a few children playing in the center of the of the town here, and there are a few stalls, like 4 or 5 stalls set up. There is one smithy, doesn't look very good though, and he's just hammering out. He's actually hammering out a set of railings that you can see over there. So whether you'll get any decent armor and weapons there is a up for debate.
I'm gonna go look for like a winter cloak.
Mm-hmm. Do you not already have a winter cloak?
No, I have a regular like forest cloak, but it doesn't have warmth.
Okay, cool. That's fine. Lockney, you're about to say something there.
Okay, what season are we in?
We're currently in spring. Basically, we're as we are now. We're coming into summer. We're in the very earliest rays of height of spring.
Excuse me, sorry. Sleepless night last night. Is it likely to be snowy where we are?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. Likely to be quite snowy.
You better order some snowshoes. I would say skis, but unlikely to find skis down there. But yeah, we'll get snowshoes made.
That's fine. Yeah, you can definitely go to there are a few people around who can definitely do that for you. That would probably, rather than role-playing that, I can just tell you, it'd probably run you around 100 gold for each set. 100 copper pieces, sorry, for each set.
Okay. I will buy a set of those. And how much would it be for a winter cloak?
That would be another 100, I would say.
Okay. I'm definitely going to buy a cloak.
Now, what that will do, any cold checks I ask you to do, feel free to add 3 to the roll for if you're wearing a winter cloak. So if I say, you are frozen, or you are not frozen, but like if you're uncomfortable, if you're slowing down, if you're things like that, and any speed checks that you're about to do are not to take debuffs from cold. Okay, they're remaining unaffected by cold.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah.
Minus from speed.
I might also try to find a tent.
Cool. So
does the cloak also give us armor at all? Or?
No. Just that. Are you looking for a leather tent, or are you looking for a fur tent?
I'm sure a fur tent makes a great deal of difference. A leather tent is probably best, or linen is fine.
Linen is also available. They're going to cost for a 2-person tent is going to cost about 200.
And what's the main difference between a linen and a leather?
Okay, so a fur tent will keep the heat in, but if it rains, it's going to go straight through the fur. It's going to go soak straight through the fur. And a linen tent will, again, it will let in some rain, and it will keep in some heat. Whereas a leather tent will keep the rain off, but let all the heat out.
Well, I guess if we have our fur cloaks to wrap ourselves in, all we would really need is to keep dry.
Yeah.
So.
Cool.
And what size are the tents?
There are 2-person tents and there are 4-person tents. 4-person tents are 400 gold. Basically, for every person sleeping in the tent is 100 gold.
Well, should we just get a 4-person then? And I'll put 200 towards it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Are you okay putting 200 towards it?
Yeah, that's fine. I also have a jeweled dagger still, which I can sell. So how much would that fetch me?
Sure. Would you like to go to who are you going to go to? There doesn't look to be a jeweler here. Surprise, surprise. But there is that one blacksmith that you could probably show it to.
Sure, we'll go there then.
Okay, cool. So he has a very similar handlebar moustache to Hursk, to the point where you think maybe this is just the fashion around here. And he's just hammering away this iron gate, trying to get it into position. And as someone who's used to the finest steelsmiths of the Achaean Islands, this is breaking your heart to see him just warping this iron together. He's just whacking it as hard as he can.
Okay.
Yeah, he doesn't see you.
So I guess I'll greet him and produce the jeweled dagger and just say, how much for this?
He just looks at it down his nose and just he takes it out and has it in his hand and turns it over. He goes, fancy. And he just turns it around and says, I'll probably give you 200 for it.
Okay. In which case, can I use my attraction to try and woo him into giving me more money?
You can certainly try.
Let's give it a go.
Okay.
Give him a wink and a nod.
Okay. It's gonna need to be a fucking good roll, my friend.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. You sort of ask him the question. You know, oh, are you sure that's all you can give? And he looks at you and looks you up and down and goes, "You seem like the kind of bloke who can solve problems."
Yes, as long as it requires a hammer.
Or, well, not really a hammer. I was more thinking a sword or a spear of some kind.
Yeah, it was a metaphor. Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay. So he just looks to the ground and says, "Well, I'm having a problem, right? Yeah, it's a guy called Mateus." And he looks around and he says, he leans in and goes, "Prick's been shortchanging me on my copper, right? I need it to make the iron. And he keeps, shall we say, raising prices. And when he smiles, you can see he's got 3 teeth in his head. He's and he says, I tell you what, I'll give you 500 for this, which is a trinket no one's going to want round here. But I can keep it for a rainy day. I can give you 500 for this. If you solve this problem for me, there'll be more in it for you."
Honestly, it sounds a bit dodgy, and bearing in mind we're also travelling north straight away, I don't really have the time for that.
Oh, it doesn't have to be right now. Just in a few days, whenever you get the chance. Just, put it on your to-do list.
I will keep hold of the jewel dagger for now then, and I will maybe look into it when I get back.
He says, all right, fair enough. Just, obviously keep this between me and you, eh?
No problem. And then I'll walk out to our den and Locknear, and when we're alone, inform them of this.
Okay.
Who's put the tent down, by the way? In their inventory? Has anyone put the tent in their inventory?
I wrote it down, but in the game, I'm guessing one of you two would be carrying it. Realistically,
yeah, give it to Locknear. I'm no pack mule.
The tents are heavy.
They are. They're very, very heavy. It is very, very heavy. You can carry it, but it's going to be discomfort.
Why would I be the fucking pack horse when we can afford to buy pack horses?
This is also true.
Horses are very expensive, but a pack mule, you can certainly get an old mule that would run you about 500. But you can certainly get one.
I'm down to 36 copper bits, so
I'm down to 237 because I didn't get snowshoes. I haven't decided.
Okay. We're gonna have to go back to the chest then, aren't we?
Yeah.
Having just buried it.
Right. Okay, so it will take you. It's like a 3-hour round trip to get there and back. So we can easily skip that if you wish to get your money.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'll deduct 500 from the booty, so it's 8,500 now.
8,500 in stash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put the dagger in there as well.
Wait, so how much money did we each take out?
No, you just took out 500 for the mule, nothing else.
Oh, well, we might want to take out some extra stuff in case we need to buy anything up north.
Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
So should we take out
maybe 700 just to be safe?
Yep, we can do that.
So 700 out of the 9,000, 8,300.
Yep.
Quick maths.
Cool. And I'll leave the dagger in there.
Cool. We're almost ready to. Well, we are ready to head out now. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll come back at around past, just after past. And,
yeah, no worries.
All right. See you
I'll
in
be
one
right
sec.
back.
All right, see you in a minute.
Right, I'm back.
Hi.
Hello.
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 We've got. Turns out we've got chicken on order. So if I disappear or start making munching noises, you can blame the chicken.
That's fine, as long as it's dead first. You're all right.
I believe it is. It might be covered in COVID-19, but it should be dead.
You don't want it chasing it around the room and shit.
Just for it to give me a fucking virus.
Yeah.
Anyway, right. North.
Is Michael back yet?
No.
Or are we...
Oh, I thought he was. I thought I heard him.
He's left without him. It's like... It's the mule's gone.
Yeah,
Everyone's gone. This is like, what the fuck? I have found some decent art for the characters, which is, well, I'll show you in a minute. And I'll put it in the group. 1 second.
Oh, you mean like changing what our characters look like?
No. Yes. No. It's just a cool little thing that I did when I put them together. I'm going to change the look of yours, Alana. I'm going to give her darker hair. But she's got the same weapons and armor that you were looking at before. I think it's the same one I showed you before. I'm changing a lot of things about her, though. She's going to look a bit different. She even got the woad on there, which I really liked, because you said
that is cool.
you were going to use woad.
Do you want me to just send you the character profile that I'm using?
Please, yeah, because I'll whack that on there instead, yeah.
Yeah,
but I like that all these were like the same profile. You know, they're all like just turning around or looking at the camera or they want the weapons and things. And yeah,
just because like she's much more heavily armored than my character would be.
Yeah.
Um.
That's light armor. That's nowhere
No,
near
but
heavy.
like she doesn't have like any mail or any of the metal.
Oh, okay.
Like, none of that stuff. I don't know. That's just not really like how I picture.
Cool. No,
it.
that's cool. That's cool. Like in the setting, that would be really light, basically, because it's quite realistic. Do you know what I mean? So, but then again, looking at John's character there, I mean, it's not fucking. I'm armored in pecs. You know, that sort of thing. So.
I like that.
Yeah, there you go. So, well, you got that to look forward to, Jade. If you hit the gym, you know, in about 10 years' time, you know, that'll be exactly what it looks like.
Thanks.
Yeah.
56, please, 10 years' time. As
Just
you know.
imagine that there are woad tattoos. I could even try to add them in on. I could even try to add some tattoos in.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. So, let's get moving north then, shall we? Let's get you up the road. So, you head out around 3:30 now. You've taken a little bit of time to get your stuff together. By stuff, I mean your shit. So you guys are heading directly north. And I'm going to put you on the map here just so you can see where north is on the swanky map that took me fucking ages to make. So, you're heading from Lethane Valley, which is around here somewhere, and you're heading north. Around north, anyway. Just up here. Towards Venmar. So I'd say it's going to take a couple of days. Maybe a day, maybe two. Yeah, on the way up there. So it's going to take you around about then. Generally, as you're passing the countryside, you're seeing the two mountain ranges on either side of you, and the Venmar River, which is flowing down towards Lethane. To your left, you leave a lot of the patchwork forest behind as you're moving further north, and the land gets a lot more expansive and open as you're walking. The road tends to dip away here as well into more of a beaten earth track that, you know, it's well worn by caravans, but apart from that, no one really comes up this way. With the current raiding that's been going on, almost nothing's been going on either. So that is one thing. You do see one caravan heading down from Venmar, but they seem to be riding very, very, very quickly, but they're slowing down when they see you on the road. These do not look like folk here. These look like Albion people. Would you like to stop and speak to them, or do you want to let them go on their way?
Speak to them.
Cool.
Stop.
Would anyone else like to do anything?
I'm carrying on. Well, I mean, if she stops, I mean, yeah, we stop. But,
Well, I've got the donkey, so I'll just carry on wandering.
Cool. So Arden, you do stop as the other two walk away, and as Nameless and Lochnia go past this small caravan, which looks pretty empty. They like give the two large mercenaries a weary look as they go past, and they hold out their hands to you and wave and say, "Hello, where are you? Where are you going?"
We're heading north, the way you came.
He shakes his head and says, "I wouldn't. Venmar's burning.
What happened?
Raiders, it looks like. I know there's a massive fleet from Camelot sent up by the council to deal with the fleets, so there won't be a problem for much longer. But yeah, dangerous for now."
How long have raiders been up there?
I'd say a couple of weeks now. They're normally quite bad this time of year, but this year, and he like blows wind out of his cheeks and says, "Not since. Well, I don't think I've ever seen it this bad. I've never seen Camelot sending a fleet up here anyway. Don't worry, they'll clean them out soon enough. Things will get back to normal."
Well, good luck going south.
He nods and says, "And to you," and like pulls away, and they go down the road.
I'll kind of jog to catch up to the other two.
Cool. Are you gonna give them that information, or are you gonna leave it as is?
Really wasn't any new information, so.
There was.
Okay, I'll tell them that the raiders have been up there for a few weeks. Oh, right, and Camelot is sending forces.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
rather large fleet is on its way. So, eventually, you need to make camp for the night. So I'm going to take you to a rather quaint map I found. Look how cute this is. Ah, how nice is that?
Where's the 4-man tent?
So, this is a 4-man tent. There are 4 one-man tents. I was fucking hoping you'd get that one. So, yes, here we go. So when you get your tents out, Lochner, you are really miffed to find you have been carrying 4 tents, not one 4-man tent. And you've been carrying 2 massive sleeping bags as well in there.
Hang on.
No,
So why has he been carrying them? We've got a pack mule.
Oh yeah,
So
I forgot you got a pack mule. Okay, so yeah, the pack mule's really annoyed that it's had all of this gear on there rather than actually getting a thing out. Yeah. So who's taking first watch? That would be the main thing that you need to decide. At this time, I'd say you're around about halfway there.
Is it dark already, or just getting dark?
It's pretty dark. Like we're getting to around 6-7 o'clock at night, so it's getting dark now. The light's swiftly fading.
Okay.
It'd be bad to try and find a camping spot at night. So.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just wondering in case.
There's a camping spot right here with 4 tents and a couple of bedrolls and a fire all ready for us. I think we use this one.
Well, this is your stuff. This is your stuff, obviously. But,
I don't mind taking first watch.
cool.
Last watch then.
Okay, I get the middle.
Disturbed
sleep.
Yeah, the middle sucks. Oh, there you go. There you go. Nameless, you do sleep, but you more wait than sleep.
Yeah.
You just stand in a room and wait until you are called again once more to shed blood. So I'm gonna make you guys talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I have to take a quick bio break. Back in 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So, first watch was Arden, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So, as the other 2 are sleeping, Arden, you are noticing you are just up the side of the road here. Again, I would have given you the option to go and look for places to camp, but at this part of the world, there really isn't. It's just shrubbery. And if you're too far away from the road, you know, the bandits tend to sweep the road on the outside, if you know what I'm saying. So they go a bit further inland, as you guys know. So you have major camp, sitting by the fire, and nothing much happens. Nothing much happens. It is very quiet, and you can still see the trail of smoke on the horizon. It's getting much bigger now, getting much larger. But then a time comes to go and wake up Nameless.
I will go wake up Nameless.
I'll grunt unhappily.
Were you asleep,
Crunching.
Nameless?
Well, apparently not. No, I was just waiting around.
And you can sleep if you want. It's up to you.
No, I'll sleep after my watch.
Okay. All Achaeans are basically sociopaths. So you can basically sleep on command. You just don't care. You're just like, okay, bang, gone.
Yeah.
Or you can just sit up and wait and, do what you want to do. So it's kind of racist. They're not all sociopaths, but most of them are. So yeah, you wake up and you stride into the light. And what are you going to be doing, Marshura?
I'm going to remark on the fact that we have a campfire when we know there are raiders in this part of the country, and I'm going to kick out the campfire.
Cool, that's fine. You hear the hiss, and it goes away, and you just like slump down on one of the tree stumps here, and shake your head like amateurs.
Exactly.
Absolute
and then
amateurs.
Just stay alert for the duration of my watch, I guess.
Cool. I'd like you to draw yourself here, if that's all right. Or on either one, you can sit wherever you like. But on either one, just draw yourself sitting down, having a chill out.
I will just.
This is basically my version of rolling for initiative. If you could just draw yourself here, so I can take pot shots at you, that'd be great.
Oh, that.
Ah!
There you go.
Oh, God.
That's a trap pad.
Okay.
How do we... Yes, that's me.
Cool. I'm gonna draw for you. There you go.
Thanks.
That's what I'll do. Yeah. It was at light blue and blue. That's what we'll do. So, there you are. Lovely.
That's why I had it on freehand.
Figured
Figured it out now.
Which tent are you in, Arden?
I guess I could be in this one or this. It doesn't really matter. I don't care.
No, it doesn't. But you need to be in one because I need to know
Okay,
where you
I'll
are.
be in that one.
Why did we set up all 4?
Because the donkey needed a tent.
The donkey is in a tent. Yes, it is in a tent. It is standing.
That is yeah.
Let's say this one.
Donkey.
Let's say this one. Let's say this one. The donkey is standing up in this tent, just like.
Okay.
Chill out.
It's not even lying down. It's holding up the tent.
Yeah, it's the pole.
Do
So
you want me to draw myself?
please draw
in the
yourself
tent?
in the tent, please. Yes. Locknear, which tent are you in? Snoring away.
With a donkey.
So which tent was the donkey in?
This one down here.
Okay, I'll be in
The
this one
donkey
here.
tent.
Yeah, okay.
I'll be under the donkey.
Keeping warm.
No, I'm in
The
sorry,
donkey tent.
that one there.
There you go.
Draw shape.
I've put you in there. You're good.
No, it hasn't appeared on my screen yet.
Okay.
Keeping.
Alana, I'll do your shape as well. Oh, no, you've done yours. Good, good. Has to be a different shape.
I like the circle, okay? Especially because all the bad guys are square.
Yeah. So, Nameless, you are sitting at the fire. I would like you to roll a perception check for me. If you're wanting to be quite alert, you can be, or you can just totally sack it off and go for a walk, or do whatever you want to do. It's up to you.
I take this very seriously,
Okay.
so I will keep guard.
Perception check then for me. There we go.
Ooh, that sucked.
Yeah. You're hearing the noises of nature. So snapping twigs, birds, who are dying down for the day, things like that. You're not really hearing very much. What you do hear is over this direction, a lot of birds flutter away all at once. About 16, 17 birds just tear into the sky and go away.
So I guess I will draw my shield and my spear, and I will move. If I can drag it.
Yep.
No.
Where do you want to go? Just ping where you want to go. I can.
So I guess I will just go to there, and I'll peer with weapons ready,
Okay.
shield up, into the forest.
Do another perception roll for me.
Okay. Oh god.
No, you don't see
The luck's
anything.
failed.
Unfortunately, you don't see anything. Unfortunately, and on the other side of the campfire, a few burly Falkir-looking men walk from the undergrowth into the camp, and they just start poking around as you're facing the other way.
So I've not noticed.
No, I'm going to roll for their guile just to see, because they've seen you. So I'm going to roll to see if they can. So 4d20. Let's be +2. +2. Let's see how they do. It's their guile to remain unseen. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Okay, so Nameless, roll another perception check for me. Beat an 8, a 3, a 9, or a 5. There you go. You spin right around, and you see these guys. I'm going to give you a completely free turn to do whatever you want, as long as it's not attack them.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is bellow to the other two to get their asses up.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. And just for the... you hear the donkey neighing from in here. He's not happy. He's not happy. He's just neighing from in there.
He wasn't very pleased.
So, you two are... let's roll perception, but add a +8 to it, please, for Arden and Lochnia.
Is that on top of our
Yes.
perception points?
Yes. No, actually, no, because you're asleep. So it doesn't really matter. You're not really... But you're getting that... Oh, dear.
Are you kidding me? Are you... Sorry.
You're having such an... Remember the video I sent you? You're having such a good sleep. You're having such a nice sleep.
Right, sorry, I've got massive lag again.
Okay.
Apologise.
It's okay.
Wouldn't even let me type. Sorry, so it's perception +8.
+8, yeah. D20 +8.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, not perception plus 8.
That's what happens when you take the first.
Oh, it's both lovely. Having a lovely sleep. So in English, you're like, just get out now. There's got 4 blokes here, and you're just hearing snoring coming from this tent, and not a peep coming from this tent over here. The donkey walks out of the tent and starts nuzzling the grass. So at least you have one ally who's answered the call of answered the call of battle. I would like you to roll an initiative for me, which is speed plus perception and D20.
Speed plus perception.
I will roll, and this will be for all the guys. But if they roll really high, then I will... Oh, no, they haven't. Okay, that's fine. So that's +3, so that's 8. They got 8. There you go, you are going first. So what would you like to do?
Well, I guess I'm going to wade in. So,
Cool.
I will move to here
Mm-hmm.
to hit the first guy.
That is just one action. Yeah, I'm going to give you one action for that.
Okay.
So no, actually, no, that's no action. You get 2 attacks to do. What is the range of your spear?
That I can tell you. Give me a second.
If it's 10 feet or above, you can attack both of those guys.
Yeah, apparently it's
Wait.
16 feet.
Yeah,
That's a big spear.
it's a Sarissa spear. So yeah, it's a Macedonian. It's a very large spear. So yeah, you can hammer away.
So, I will. But I took my shield out, didn't I? I didn't take my sword.
Nope.
So I will. Do we have such a thing as a shield bash type maneuver?
You do, but you need to learn it as we're going along.
No worries. In which case, I will just attack the guy closest to me to begin with.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
And that is plus might, isn't it?
Yep.
Second, I'll get the stats.
I think it's just no. It's plus whatever skill you have in spears. So D20
yeah.
plus skill. So it
That's
works a
right,
bit
yeah.
differently in combat.
No worries. It's the same number anyway, so it didn't make any difference.
I thought that was the roll then. I was like, oh shit.
No, not yet. Oh, Christ.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you miss it. As you're charging in, you go to hit him, you miss, and then you draw your spear back for another round, to another go. You get another attack.
Let's go again.
This is not going well. So that is a grazing hit. So what is the lowest armor, lowest damage you have on there?
Lowest damage on the spear is 9 superficial.
Ooh, okay. So that does knock him back, and that does actually take him out the fight. So you basically give him a good gouge down the side of his body, and he's only wearing leather armor, and so he staggers back. He shouts something in Falkir, and he just drops to the ground, holding his side. He is now out of the fight. So,
Okay. Does the shout wake the other two?
I'm going to give it till your next battle round for them to come into the fight.
Okay.
Because they rolled so poorly, unfortunately. So, this guy's going to attack here. He's going to come over here. This guy's also going to attack, and this guy's going to go over here looking for some loot. So, these two guys are going to get 1 attack each on you.
Mm-hmm.
2d20. And these are... And you can tell, these are not elite troops. These are dudes who are just the most average of the average of the average, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So they have daggers, which aren't very good. I probably should have given them something more than that, but it doesn't matter. And they do 3 damage each, so 6 damage overall. But you do have armor on.
Yes. So my armor, I have 7 armor, including my shield.
Cool. You ignore the damage. That's it. They just hammer into you, and your iron armor just like dings it away, and you're completely fine. So basically, unless they roll quite well, they're not going to be able to damage you. These 2 guys.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. It is now
so-
your turn. What would you like to do?
I guess I'll bellow again, trying to get them awake.
Cool. Another perception roll for Lochnia and Arden, please.
Is it +8 again?
Not this time. No, because he is. It's +5 now because we're just in normal battle. He rolled really well last time for his perception roll, and that's why he could bellow out very, very clearly that there were people here. So now it's going to be
Is it +5 or just plus
+5. +5.
Okay.
Perception +5. Okay.
Roll, but again, roll 20 is just lagging.
Yeah, it's fine. We won't. This is the last roll 20 session, so don't worry about it. We're all good.
Yes. Can't even type text into a fucking text box.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Lochnia, you're awake. It is up to you whether you stay awake, because you're not pretty sure what's going on. You hear a bit of commotion outside.
I'm tuned to the sound of battle. So
Yes.
So I grab my sword and my axe.
I will have you roll an initiative, please. I'm going to roll for...
Oh, do I need to roll as well?
Nope, not yet. Okay, cool.
Is it? What initiative?
Oh, it's speed and perception plus d20. Nice. Okay, so that's 12. Now, Nameless, you can roll initiative. If that's all right for me, please.
Yeah.
I'll roll 1d20 for the group.
So speed and perception, yep.
Yep, they got 8. They'll be going after Lochnia. Cool. So Nameless, you will be going first in this next combat. So what would you like to do?
This goes a little better. So I'm going to hit this guy first.
Mm-hmm.
Square in the chops, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is going to knock him out the fight. That is going to punch through his helmet and just, like, send him reeling backwards. He is bleeding out on the floor. I'm going to delete him because he's probably going to die. So, next attack.
Yep.
Cool. Same for this guy. He staggers backwards. And yeah, so you stab one in the face and you sweep round and knock the helmet off the other guy, but it knocks him out cold and takes a bit of his eye with it, and he falls down onto the ground. And he is now dead. All right. So it is now Lochnia's turn.
Right. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I think there's somebody at the door.
Okay.
Just two. Sorry, guys. Sorry, in the middle of combat. Hold on.
It's fine, don't worry.
How many moves do we get in combat again per turn?
You get 2 actions, and each of those is 10,
Okay.
15 feet, 10 feet movement.
I think it was 10 feet.
10
yeah.
feet, yeah. Yeah, 10
I
feet
think
movement.
we've been doing it so the first 10 feet is free, effectively. I think.
Yes. All the way up to 10 feet is free, yeah.
Yes.
Give you a little bit of a...
Otherwise it sucks trying to get into combat.
Mm-hmm. But once you're there, it's very, very quick.
Yeah.
And if it seems, again, it may seem easy, but it's also easy for them. So if these had any good weapons, Nameless would now probably be dead. So, because it was 4 against 1, and it was very, very... these are mooks, though. These are basically shirtless boobs.
Sorry about that. I'm getting out of the tent and running forward.
Cool. So...
Just forward. Straight line.
Straight line. Okay.
It's there.
Wait, just ping on there for me, where you want to go?
I've literally just drawn it, but you might have to wait 20 seconds for it to catch up.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's drawing to there.
Nice. So across the fire,
The fire's out anyway, so.
Oh, to there.
To wherever I can. Bear in mind, I'm presumably in my sleeping role and all that sort of stuff.
Cool. So that's not going to take up any action if you're where I've just pinged there. You should be just fine.
I want to spend an action assessing the situation.
Okay, that's free.
Up, and then with my last action, I'll move to this guy here.
You do get to attack once.
No, there definitely is somebody at the door. Right, sorry. Hold on.
Oh, good.
Jade will talk to you.
Hi.
Hi.
Well, don't get so flustered.
Should be all good.
Maybe it's a secret takeaway.
I think it is a secret
Got some
takeaway. I just
Chinese.
think he doesn't want us to know what he's having.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh my god. You guys, like, this game always makes me want certain foods. Like, I never really eat bacon, but after our last round, I was like, Mom, we need to get some bacon.
Yeah.
And we did, and it was amazing. And now all I want is Chinese food.
The one thing I will say about America is the breakfast diners there, they know how to do fucking bacon, man.
Oh, they
That's
do.
amazing.
Oh my god. If you come over, Michael,
on
we're
holiday.
definitely going to go and get some breakfast.
Let's do it. I
Definitely.
love
You guys are all here for the wedding. You will.
Yeah.
There's some really. There's like this amazing breakfast place.
So now you know what to not to
If
put
you
that
and
money
Lily could
towards.
come, that
Yeah.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
If it's still there, then yeah.
Yeah. I can't believe it. Like,
Delivery.
Oh yeah, you guys don't know about that yet, do you? So basically, I've been doing I've been doing stock trading. My ex is a stock trader, and he works for a major corporation.
but one sec.
But part of his contract is he's not allowed to trade on his own, because otherwise he'll get fired because it's conflict of interest, right? So he put forward to me that we trade in my name. So basically, he'll give me money into my account. I'll deposit it into the trading thing. He'll log into the trading thing, do the trades, and then I take the money out.
Isn't that insider trading?
No, because he doesn't have insider knowledge.
Oh, okay.
So he's just technically a retail company. There's like we've looked into it. It's ethically it's not brilliant, but yeah, the only thing it does break in terms of legality is his contract with his company.
Ah.
So anyway, we did that, and he got very, very stressed out with it because it was his own money rather than clients and stuff. So we stopped, but we earned like $4,000 in a week, and I got a 25% cut of that. So we decided we were going to stop. Took all the money out, sent it back to him. Last night, I got 3 separate emails saying that my initial deposits were being refunded, even though there was no more money in that account. So £500 went straight into my PayPal, which I took out and put it in my bank, and I've got another 11.5 grand clearing in my bank account over the next couple of days.
No.
Wow.
Like, what the hell?
So
Michael,
so if you want a loan,
Mike, save some so you can come to America next June, okay?
Yes, I've been speaking to Dean already, and
Yes.
yeah, if the money is not being reclaimed, because they can reclaim it. Again, we looked into it. We think because it's through PayPal, the PayPal terms of service state that they cannot reclaim it after the dispute period, which is 45 days. But we're not 100% certain on the legality of that. So effectively, it's staying untouched, and I'm earning interest on it.
yeah, exactly, yeah.
And then and
That's
then
the
me
last
and
thing
Callum are gonna split it, because obviously it was his money initially that went into
Exactly.
Nice.
yeah.
And Jade and John, if the 3 of you guys, like with little Louie, all came over, oh my gosh, we would. I don't know how he is around like other people, but if you guys all came, I would love for him to be the ring bearer, especially as Dean's godson.
Oh,
You know, I've mentioned that to Dean before too.
that would be cute.
How old would you be then? That's 2.
He'd be
then,
almost
isn't it?
2. He'd be 2.
Yeah.
He'd be past 2.
That's be 2. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, Dean, he's your godson.
All right,
I'm
sorry.
your-
Yeah, I know. All right, it's fine. You know.
Maybe the wedding isn't going ahead. Guys.
yeah. We're all getting it.
Seriously, if the 3 of you did came, that would be amazing.
That'd be amazing. Yes, we'd love to. We'll see where we are this time next year.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, but we'll
What with
definitely-
Corona and loss of earnings and all that.
Yes. But just putting it out there. Just putting
All
it out
right,
there.
we should probably.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to
Oh
do that.
man,
Hate to be
that would be great as well because I think Adepticon's around that time.
Is that in Chicago? Oh yeah, it is in Chicago. That's all right.
Yeah.
What is?
Adepticon.
So basically, I paint models for a living, right? And Adepticon is one of the biggest model conventions in the world. And
Cool.
you can basically go around and all the companies have different special offers and whatnot, and you can you buy like a swag bag, and basically all the people that are there just throw in freebies into your swag bag, and they can be like full boxed games and stuff like that.
That's
so you pay like
awesome.
We will head there. Yeah, that would be.
you have to.
Yeah.
Like it's a swag bag's like 100 or 150, I think, for the main one, and you get like easily 3 to 4 times that value minimum. Like just watch some unbagging videos on YouTube. And yeah, it's insane. But anyway, rant over.
All right.
Sorry.
So, Lockney, you are now rolling attacks on this guy here. On this guy.
Okay.
One dude.
D20. Three. Oh, not bad.
There we go. Cool.
Oh,
So-
you did wake up.
Yeah, you definitely did wake up. This guy's going to go flying backwards into the tent of Arden. And so he goes spinning in a bloody miasma and comes crashing into the tent. And the tent now collapses on you, Arden. You are now awake. You are now fully awake.
Finally.
After the battle.
You find the stale breath, the stale ale breath of this Nordic adolescent just on you as you wake up, and yeah, he's like bleeding all over the place, and he's just wheezing as the last bit of life just falls from him. And you see that Lockney just come over and peer down about what's going on. You think he's trying to consider whether to stab down, finish him off whilst you're there or not? But
Can I climb out of the tent?
yeah, sure, you can climb from underneath. Yeah.
Okay. Can I kind of push the guy off?
Yeah. You've done that. You've climbed out the tent. You're out the tent.
Cool. Do I need to roll initiative or anything?
No, because this guy
Everyone's
over
dead.
here, every guy over here is bleeding out on the floor, and he's now stopped moving. So yeah, I mean,
So
look,
I guess
I'm just gonna
I'll
tut
blink
loudly.
around, just like I blink around confused, just like, wait a minute, am I still asleep? And then I'll head over to the dead body next to me and see if there's anything on him.
you find that he is bearing on his face. You think that there's a weird birthmark, but then you realise there's actually a really faded handprint, like a white handprint over his face.
Mm.
And as you look around the other dead bodies, they have similar as well. Nameless, as you stride over to obviously loot or eat this man over here.
I haven't decided yet.
Okay, he has one half of his head is shaved, which is, it's a very common. The undercut is a very common warrior haircut in Albion, and on the bald side of his head, he actually has tattooed there a raven. There is a raven on his head. Just
Okay.
tattooed.
Well, I'll make a note.
As someone from Albion, would I know what that means?
No. General heraldry is, it's one for time for a dozen. So, a lot of robber lords will try and have their own heraldry and signs and things like that. So, in general, no, this wouldn't mean that much to you.
Okay, well, I guess I'll just pat him down and find out what loot he has.
He has about 40 gold on there, 40 copper
Okay.
pieces, and he also has the very same letter that you picked up last time from the scouts last time. So obviously this is another band of scouts that you've come across in the woods. But they do have an area of the map that they have is circled, and there is an arrow and a line coming from Brindle to the circle.
Do these guys look like they're from Albion?
No, these are Falkia.
They are? Oh, I thought that they had a
So,
Albion haircut.
so that there is a... I'm going to pull you back across to the... Whoops. Pull you back across to here. Fuck off. Go back over there. There you go. And so the line is basically going from just up here towards where you are. Basically, it's from Brindle, and yeah, up to where you currently are. And obviously, that there is room here for things to be wrong. So whoever drew this didn't know exactly where you were, but they've drawn a vague circle around and an arrow going from Brindle up north.
So if the arrow is originating in Brindle, then it seems likely that these are directions to us.
Perhaps.
So I guess I'll
be the mayor, presumably.
I knew I didn't trust that mayor.
You are past Fletcher's watch at this point, so it may be from Fletcher's watch. As well.
Nobody else Fletcher's watch. Oh.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
So it was Fletcher's watch.
But Fletcher's watch, wasn't that pretty much like empty?
People were indoors, yeah. People were not coming out.
So it seems likely it was from Brindle.
Is the guy bleeding out coherent? Like, can he answer?
No, he is away with the fairies at this moment in time.
Yes, hi. I'm
Is
so
it,
sorry.
is it time for me to eat him?
You can do whatever you wish. It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I'm feeling peckish, so I'll eat a finger.
Okay, are you just gonna snap it off and just
Yeah.
lob it in? Okay.
Yeah, I'm not even going to cut it. I'm going to rip it off with my bare hand.
Okay. Arden, as you see him go over to do this, you don't realise what's going to happen until he snaps off the finger. I mean, are you going to have any reaction to this, or you just... Because I'm imagining Locknear is just shrugging at this point and getting back to bed, or whatever he's doing.
I just kind of grimace and turn back to searching that body in front of me.
Okay. So yeah, he has nothing on him. He has just a few shoddy daggers. That's pretty much it. So, right. So you are eating the finger of this man. So you are getting a vague sense of distrust. You don't trust people from Albion, especially you don't trust half-breeds. You don't trust people who have half Falkir and half Albionic blood. It's just muddied of the veins. And you especially don't like dealing with people who try to bribe you several times to stay around, just in case, you know, just in case the people you're going after are going to be looking into other interests of this person who's giving you the money. You can't quite make out who the person is, but you can make out the ringing of a bell, and after a while, you realise it's not a ringing of a bell, it's actually ringing of hammer on steel, or iron, as the case may be.
Okay, so this must be a Mateus from the smithy in Brindle.
If you, as you are munching down on this, and you're going to need to eat more to get a definite person.
Okay. Well, I fancy spare ribs now, so I'm going to punch into his gut and take a rib.
Okay. So you take a rib out and just start eating. Just start eating it away. And you get a definite sense that this is Mateus, yes. And this is someone who has essentially seen a few people causing trouble within his village, and has hired some people to come and track you down. That is what you're getting from this. But who Mateus is working for, you don't know. Like you've got a very big suspicion that Mateus isn't the spider at the center of this web.
Okay. So I will pass on this information to Arden. Locknear's asleep, so I guess he can wait till the morning.
Yep.
Never wake a sleeping bear.
Or slap him on the back, as the case may be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good job Arden was asleep, to be honest. So yeah, I will. I'll point out my suspicions about Mateus, who they already know about because I shared the information with them in Brindle, and ask them whether they want to, or ask Ardennes, I guess, whether she wants to continue north or to seek answers with Mateus.
I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm inclined to just continue with our mission because maybe this is connected to it, like someone trying to stop us.
Yeah, I mean,
I agree.
seems likely with the White Hand and the Raven, which doesn't seem linked to Mateus. So
And the white hand is Winter's sign, isn't it?
that's correct. Yeah. So yeah, I would say let's continue north, and then when we return, we can confront Mateus.
Awesome.
Do we lop off any heads or?
I think we can leave them.
That is all
Yeah.
you guys. You want to... All right. So the morning comes. Okay. And you are now back on the road. Arden, you're getting a few dirty looks from Lochner and Nameless, and you have no idea why. But you're feeling very well rested. You are so bright-eyed and breezy today, and you're making like lovely passing cheerful comments about what shrubberies are in this part of the world, and why you're happy to be home. And you're getting a very real sense that both of these grizzled mercenaries are just wanting to fall on their swords at any point as you're walking. In this moment in time.
Maybe we should make a short camp, and I'll keep watch, and you guys get a bit of rest.
I mean, Lochner got plenty of rest. And I guess if I'm a sociopath, then I just went to sleep after, so I'm fine.
Cool.
Got
So-
him out, sword him, went back to sleep again.
So, you guys eventually you do come to Venmar, and it is a city, or at least it was a city on the edge of a small bay, heading out into the northern seas. It is extremely cold, and if you didn't have those cloaks that you very cleverly brought, I'll be asking you to do all sorts of checks right now. The wind is blowing in off the Broken Crown, which you can see on the map there. It is perishingly cold. The actual heat that the only heat you're getting is coming from the town around you, or in front of you. It is still burning. It is still on fire. And would you guys say that you've been involved in raids before? Have you raided other people before?
It's part of my upbringing, yes.
Okay, so
That's a
Lochner.
mercenary, yeah.
Cool. Arden, have you been in raids before, or anything like that?
I don't know. Is that the type of stuff that we would have done as mercenaries?
Now, because Nameless and Lochner were
So
basically
that-
brought up with raids, I will say we could say that they did raiding before they were mercenaries, but not since.
Yeah, because I probably wouldn't have.
Because I'm going to say now, like, normal raids are a privileged thing that only the best or most favoured mercenaries would get to go on, because you would get quite a lot of loot from these things every now and again, and slaves. So yes, Lochner and Nameless, this is the aftermath of a raid. If you were here a day before, you would have been here as the raid was just finishing. But as it is now, things are just calming down, and the actual city itself has now been torched. So, as you can see on here, the actual city is ablaze, and that is the closest I could find to a silhouette of you guys against some fire there. So there you go.
That's awesome.
So you are seeing and hearing the dying throes of a city. It is that ablaze. It's shearing up to the sky. It's hard to even look at it. It's that bright at the moment. So, and above, you can see crows. Lots and lots of crows. And then you can see as they burrow away, and they are now coming down to like feast on the dead. That you can see in the roads and the different complexes of the city. You can see ravens. Ravens are now flocking in from the sea, and a couple of hundred of them. They're not landing like the crows. They're just circling above the fire and just calling, continuously calling.
Okay. So this obviously is fairly ominous. Seems supernatural. Would I have made a link between the raven symbol that I saw in my vision while eating a rib?
That is up to you.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'll make that connection, and I'll point that out to the other two. I'll also fill in Lochner because he was asleep while I was chomping on this corpse, so he knows as well.
Yeah, I presume that sort of happened kind of on the journey.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you might be right. The Raven thing.
Okay, so do we take caution as we go towards the city and see what's going on?
Yeah, I'll pull out an arrow and just hold it at the ready in the bow. Not taut, but aligned.
Cool.
I'll do the same with my shield and my spear.
Awesome. And Lochner, are you readying yourself, or are you just nonchalantly,
I'm going to be nonchalant. Yeah, so I've been in a contrary mood today. Yeah.
Cool.
Everybody, they're all dead, Dave.
Cool. So, as much like what's his name, Obelix, you do just the sword goes against your shoulder, just you're hefting it, and you're just and you shrug and you walk behind them, much as you see in the art there. So, as you come down towards the city, you can see the central keep of the city is actually built at the bay, and the bay is currently on fire. You've never seen water on fire before, obviously, and this is quite a strange thing to see. But the keep itself is not on fire. It is smoking, definitely smoking. But on the streets going towards it, you can see people have been nailed up, and they've been nailed up by their wrists. So they're not quite crucified, but they're nailed up by their wrists, and a few of them have been nailed up over fires and left to dangle there, and a lot of them are now blackened, smoking corpses. And for some weird reason, you can hear screams on the evening wind, and they're coming from the corpses, but the corpses are most definitely dead, and it's almost like they're floating in the air in like a go-between between the corpse and you. So they're not coming from the corpse; they're just molding around the air, almost like an aftershock of what's happened.
Cool. I like it. So yeah, something definitely supernatural going on here then. So if the keep is not on fire, then I guess it's safe to advance to the keep? Or do you want to linger and see if we can find anyone alive?
Keyword there being linger from the Achaean. Or we can linger.
What do you guys reckon?
I don't know.
Are you bothered about survivors, or are we just marching forward?
Well, it seems like everyone who's there is probably dead.
Okay, let's just go to the keep then. Do it.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, who's going to go first? That's the thing. Who's going to be leading the way here?
Oh yeah.
I guess I will go first, as I've got a shield, and Lochner's being nonchalant in the back, and Arden has a bow. Actually, I'm not sure I want to be in front of Arden. So maybe Arden should go first.
No, they never kill the point guy.
Okay.
Listen to it, and there's the second guy that gets killed.
Okay, I'm trusting you then. I'll go first.
Okay. So Namus, as you're leading the guys in, the flames seem to. There is a wall of flame in front of you, and you're thinking, what am I going to do? And as soon as you start approaching it, it starts peeling back from you, almost out of your way.
It knows who's boss.
And as your fire knows not to get in the way, and it just starts bending backwards out of the way until you actually can get to the keep. The keep is a smouldering ruin, and around the outside you can see hanged bodies. These are people who are hanging by the neck outside from the ramparts. It's about 2 stories high, 3 stories high, and they're hanging there. And the sounds that are coming from these bodies are they're not quite screams, they're more moans, like pained moans that are emanating around the air around here. And the keep itself is a burned out husk. You're thinking your mercenary reaving training is telling you, I'm not going to find much in there, and if I do, it's not going to be in very good shape.
Okay. So I guess do we even bother going in?
Arden, you're behind, and Lochnia, you are behind her. You're all seeing this as well as you're coming in.
Need to go and find whoever did this. Really, I don't think they would have hung around.
Can I roll a
No.
perception check to see why they're moaning?
Sure.
Like, what's up with
You're
that?
just looking at the bodies and trying to... And Lochnia, would you like to do anything?
Oh, I'm just wondering.
Fucking damn it! I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Point of what they've done. If you're raiding, right, you don't kill the golden goose, do you? Right? So you don't kill the goose that lays the golden eggs.
Good point.
You raid, you might kill a few people, nick their shit, and fuck off again. If you were an army, you wouldn't want to burn down a town because you want to occupy it because resources. So who the fuck is coming down here and burning everything? They don't want to keep it; they want to destroy it. And
Okay.
that's not how most people work. There's something definitely different going on here from a regular raid or a battle or a war or anything like that. It's not a war. It's not terrorism. This is like deliberate, almost like ethnic cleansing or something like that.
That's a really good point, Lochnia, because you are very well versed in that kind of war. You've seen that kind of war. The raiding kind of war, where you don't want to, as you said, you don't want to kill the golden goose. You want them to grow their crops. Yeah. You want them to get all their slaves in order. Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we look around for signs or like for clues? Because we don't know where these guys have come from or where they've gone. So do we do perception checks and look around?
You can definitely do perception checks. If that's what you like to do. I'm not going to ask you to do checks unless I definitely want you to see something. So you can roll perception checks if you wish, and even Arden, because you're failing so hard, I'll give you another chance to roll a perception check.
Oh yay! Thank you.
What is it tonight about this party and rolling tens?
Oh!
I
That's
mean, I
my
can
highest
kill.
roll of the evening.
Okay. So Arden, that is not quite enough for me to give you all of the information. But you're getting almost a taste in the back of your mouth. But it's almost like, like a bile after taste. It's like that, but it's more of a feeling. So the feeling that you were getting around the corpses that had been burned was very intense. It was very rage-fueled. It was very desperate. And it was very almost losing your mind in pain. Whereas this is almost like a slow death of seeing everything that you've ever loved taken away from you. And then slowly fading away into nothing, knowing that you failed, essentially. That's the sense that's the feeling you're getting. And you're also getting the fact that this whole place has been tainted with that feeling. You know, you're thinking there's going to be sailors who stay away from this point for generations to come.
I guess I'd share some of that feeling with them.
Mm-hmm.
Tell the others.
Okay, so Nameless and Lochnia, you guys are not the most in touch with your feelings as other people. So you have not felt that as much. So that is news to you. Well, you're now aware of it. Now that Arden said it, you're definitely aware of that feeling.
Okay.
You weren't aware of what was bothering you before. Now you are. You like Lochnia. You literally want to take. I mean, what are you on with right now? Is it an axe?
A sword and axe.
A sword. Now, yeah, you want to take that sword and just ram it through the nearest wall. You're getting really agitated right now by the feeling. It's just rising up in your gut, deep from within you, saying, you know, you need to find someone for me to kill. Like this fucking second, you need to find someone for me to kill.
I'm just going to storm out of the keep that we're in and just...
Yeah, cool. You're going to storm... into the keep, or you're going to some away from the keep? Sorry,
Yeah.
into the keep. Okay, cool. So
Away.
away. Sorry, mate. Yeah. So
I'm heading north to wherever these people are that have set fire to this town.
yeah. So as you get to the surf, are you heading into the surf? Because the surf is deep in the water, is on fire at the moment. But when I say on fire, it's not like this. This is more like 1 feet flames, just like across and dancing across the water. So, are you looking to look out to sea?
Oh, no, well, I'm looking to see where the attacking force might have gone.
Ah, okay. So, you can see off in the distance a trail of fire heading away across the waves. Please roll a perception check, but add a +9 actually. If you're using your rage and your need, you've given into it, and you really, So you can see way out there, you can see black-sailed ships, okay? And on one of this black-sailed ships, you can see a raven. Very smudged, very outlined, but it is a white raven on black. And it's heading away from you. It's heading back towards the far north, the Northern Islands.
What the emblem of Camelot is.
The emblem of Camelot right now is a falcon. It is a falcon. And that is only a falcon because it's the main ruling family of Camelot. They're in charge of the court there. The actual royal house of arms is a red dragon on white. Pendragon. So
Definitely a raven.
No. It's not the Camelot fleet you're seeing. You're pretty certain.
Like set fire to a town, kill everyone, and then miraculously turn up just a day or two late. Oh, what a shame. But
Yeah.
No, okay, fair enough. So we need to find ourselves a boat.
Mm-hmm. So you're going to head back to the other guys?
The others who,
Yeah. So
Isn't the water on fire?
yeah.
Isn't the boat just going to sink?
for the way for that to burn down, like, can't last forever.
Arden, roll a perception check for me. And don't fuck this one up.
Okay, I'm sorry, but this engine hates me today.
I love you very much. But you're
Oh
rolling.
God, you're gonna kill me.
But your rolling is fucking terrible. So, how about Nameless? You rolled me a perception check for me, please.
Sure, why not? There we go.
There we go.
You're kidding me.
Everyone has one of those nights. So you're getting from Lochner a definite sense something's not quite right here. He's been affected quite badly by this, and he's making very irrational demands of you to go sailing out into this fire and to chase. Let's be honest, if you caught that fleet, it's kind of like a dog chasing a car. You may catch it, but you're not going to be able to drive it. You know what I mean? So, you're definitely getting a sense of this isn't quite right, and you don't want to fight this guy. Everything's saying you could probably take him, but it wouldn't be worth your while. You know?
Okay. So I guess I try and calm him down, make him see some reason, wait until the flames go down, and then potentially find out where they're going. And in the meantime, we can search Venmar for whatever it is that this mayor down in Brindle was after. So we at least have that as kind of collateral potentially.
All right. What are you gonna roll on to convince? Let me have a little look. See. So let's go on attraction. And again, attraction doesn't always mean sexiness. Sometimes it can mean personality.
Pretty sexy.
Yeah, well, it's to each their own. But like, you are currently using your faux leadership to say, hey, let's calm it down. So go ahead and roll that. Oh dear
God.
me. Lochner, this is irritating you no end. This is a coward who doesn't want to go and fight. Like he just wants to avoid this completely. And you just don't see the reason why he's doing this.
At least I didn't sleep through a battle.
Just go around collecting things that I might need for a voyage. No.
Yeah, just ignoring him.
Yeah, but just basically, food and all the usual things I expect to take for a voyage.
Cool. you are finding barrels, but they're basically they're empty. You know, there's nothing really here, and every single thing you find that's empty, you're getting more irritated. You don't see why the world won't just bend to your will and let you go and kill these people. You know, you're not even interested in the money. What happened here was wrong. You know, it goes against every single law of warfare that you were taught. And you're Falkyr, by the way. So, like, you've been taught some pretty ruthless shit. But this is... What's upsetting you more is the waste of resource. You know? This is just a waste. You're causing damage that doesn't need to be caused. This isn't how you play the game. Right? This is... You know... And you're not getting why this Achaean doesn't seem to understand. You know, and Arden at the moment is looking into space, pretty transfixed by the dead bodies on the walls.
So can I speak to Arden just out of earshot of Lochner, and just ask whether she thinks that perhaps his reaction is also an effect of this supernatural thing, and he is in some way been compromised by it. Do you think?
After he tells me that, would I be able to pick up on that?
You've already picked up on it.
Okay. Sweet. Yeah, I agree with you. And also, I don't think sailing across fiery waters is the best idea right now. But maybe we can get him to calm down a bit. And then I guess... I don't know if I would need Guile for this, but to go over to Lochner and be like, okay, well, if we are going to go after them, we're going to need the right materials first. So we might as well explore Venmar, see what we find.
Could be worth waiting for the fleet from Camelot as well, for potential backup.
He's away. Got to negotiate all around the north coast. You know what the islands are like up there. No, perhaps you don't. They're pretty terrible this time of year.
Okay. Well, I will leave your womanly ways to bring Lochner around to rationale, because I've failed.
Listen, we can't just go charging after them with what we have right now. We don't even have a boat. So I suggest that we at least search the city a bit. Give it until, let's say, tomorrow afternoon, and then go after them.
Using my amazing knowledge of the seas and tides and stuff as all northern barbarians. Yeah. What are the high tides tomorrow? I presume there's going to
Well, from this time of year, you know the high tide's going to be around 8 o'clock, it'll be coming in around 8 o'clock in the morning. In terms of, you know, the day, obviously there's no clock in this setting. Around 8 a.m. and the high tide will be there around 1. So it starts coming in around 8 and it'll be there around 1. It's quite a slow tide.
We've got until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. We've got until just after afternoon to get our shit together. I'll build a fucking boat if I have to.
You'll build a boat.
Love it. I love it.
Amazing.
I love it.
I mean, this is something I want to see. So, while he's building this boat,
you just crack out a flask of wine. It's like, right. This I have to see.
Shall we?
I know.
Hunt through the keep then and see if there's anything of value that Mayor might be after.
Yes, of course. So, I'm just going to click onto this and then to this. Boop-a-doo. There we go. Oops. There we go. So, the keep itself is ruined, to say the very least. What are you looking for round about? There is, you can see when you walk in, there is no roof anymore, which is quite alarming. But and it's about 3 stories high. But there is a central stairway that you can see. Looks quite rickety after being heat blasted for all this time. And there are scorched skeletons all around as well.
Okay. Is there any sort of chests or anything like that that may have whatever it was that the mayor was looking for?
You do see one scorched chest, but it is on the floor, and it has been a lot of driftwood has fallen down on top of it, and you can also see a few dead bodies have also gone on top of it as well. So obviously the heat was too severe for even the Falkyr to get in here when the fire was going on. It's right under the stairs.
Still too much.
No, it's gone by now. But obviously the Falkyr, from your mercenary senses, the Falkyr have come here, set this ablaze, and then rather than waiting for it to go down, know that there's a fleet on the way, and they've scarpered. They've gone. And so they've left this last thing here under the stairs.
So I guess I'll go over there and try to uncover it from all the debris.
The uncovering's fine, but when you try and open it, I assume you are going to try and open it.
Oh, of course.
Nothing's happening. You need to break it open somehow.
Okay, so I'll give it a whack.
Yeah.
With my
roll a might check for me.
Yeah.
Roll a 1, or we will be seeing a broken weapon.
Yep. Let's just check in.
Cool. So it does open. It levers open. Okay. And inside you have one bag. It's like a velvet inside, red velvet, padded velvet. And there's one bag. And I'm assuming you're opening the bag, or you're...
Yeah.
It is a leather pouch, and inside you see gemstones.
Okay.
There are several. It's a bag full of gemstones.
So I'll toss them over to Arden to have a look over.
Yep. Arden, you pick them out the air.
And I'll
Do I get a
continue
sense
rummaging.
of anything magical from them?
No.
Okay.
If magic in terms of money, yes, but no, nothing else.
And was that all that was in the chest?
That's all that was in the chest.
Okay.
As you are looking around, roll a perception check for me. And Arden, you also roll a perception check, because we will break this duck even if it kills me.
Yes!
There you go. So, Nameless, you don't see anything, but Arden, you point to the roof of this place, where you can see a banner up there. It is black, and it's blowing in the wind. And it has a white raven on there, with a crown around its head.
Okay. I'll point that out to the other two.
Yeah.
That's pretty strange. A, because it's a modification of the raven we've already seen, and B, that they've come here, burnt the place to the ground, and then left a mark, almost like ownership.
Right,
Seems
why
a
would they
little
want to
odd.
claim ownership if they're going to destroy it?
Arden,
Unless it's just a warning.
Arden, from your perception roll, it's not burned.
So it's definitely after the fact.
And it also, could there be some, because we know Winter has some magical capabilities. Could that flag be magically, like, flame retardant?
The Falroken, you mean? Yes, it could be. Definitely could be. Lochnia, do you guys point this out to Lochnia where it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lochnia, you see this. This is like all of your rage that's pointed out to sea when they point at this is now directed at the flag. You needed that dead, like yesterday. It's a perversion that it's up there.
Down and throw it on the nearest fire.
Cool. So you're gonna head up there.
Hang on, it's flame retardant.
He doesn't know that yet, though. So let him go up there. So as you get up there, the stairs are quite rickety, but they don't break or anything like that. You take your time. You get up there. The banner itself is blowing in the wind, and it's almost taunting you, and you need to force your way closer. It's like it's keeping you back. It's like there's a field there that's not letting you get closer. You're gonna need to roll some might checks for me to get there. So roll 5 might checks.
Right, once roll 20 does its thing.
Mm-hmm. Again, don't worry too much about that. I'm not, you know. We're all friends here.
Oh, no, it's just this shitty fucking...
Ah, no, it's annoying.
How many mic checks?
5. Adding whatever you've got in might, of course. Oops. Okay, that's a 10. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you push your way through and you finally grab the haft of this pole that has the flag on it. What would you like to do with it?
Tap it. or yeah, catch it with my axe or whatever I think I can chop it down with.
Cool. Roll a might check with a +10. And a +5, obviously, because you've already got +5. +15 altogether. Yeah. You snap this thing across your knee. But as soon as you do that, the feeling leaves you. And Arden, the moaning stops from the corpses. They stop swinging in the breeze. The screaming that you've been hearing from the town itself stops. And the flames that engulf the town immediately go out. And smoke starts billowing into the air.
Well, that's strange.
Is there any way we can take this banner and
Sure.
repurpose it?
Sure. The banner is in Lochnear's hand, but it's up to him what he does with it. It's just there. It's just cloth. That's all it is. Black cloth.
Oh, so it's not flame retardant then?
I'll just drop it if he wants it. You can have it.
You just throw it down to him.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm going to test if it burns.
It burns.
It burns. Okay. So I'll put out the fire and I'll pocket.
I'm going to eat the flag.
Pocket the banner.
Okay.
What about the staff? The pole that it was on?
The pole was wood.
Okay. Dean,
Mm-hmm.
would this magic seem elvish at all? Because, like, my character is half elvish.
No.
Okay.
This is definitely... If anyone knows what this is, it's Lochnear. And Lochnear, to you, this smells of homeland magic. This smells of Falroken. This smells of some of the dirtier seers of the Falcon Kingdoms would definitely do shit like this.
I'll tell them that then.
Mm-hmm. You tell them that as you're walking down the stairs, just patting yourself down.
Okay. So where would they have gone?
North.
Okay. North is a big place. Can we narrow that down?
Well, you've got all the islands. You know, you got the
So
thousand
can we
islands.
end
One sec. Cut amongst yourselves.
Okay. So
So you got all the islands off the north coast here. So anyone.
I feel like sailing in your homemade boat that you've made in like half an hour. I feel like island hopping maybe isn't going to be the best use of time. And we'll probably die of starvation before we do that. So how do we proceed?
Should we see if there's anything else in Venmar worth recovering
Yeah.
or exploring?
Caledon as well is pretty close according to the map. Looks like a major city, so we could head there and see if they know anything.
Yeah, sounds plausible.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
Yeah.
if this Camelot fleet is sailing round, then when it does hit Venmar, that's probably where it's going to go, as it's the closest major city on the coast. So we could even wait for the fleet there as well. So
Yeah,
should
we
we?
could go to Caledon.
Okay, so if we search everything and then see what we can rummage up, and then we'll go to Caledon and make a note of those gems as well, because we can go and confront the mayor with that.
Sounds like a good idea.
They're on your inventory, aren't they, Arden?
Hello, I'm back.
No problem.
So, you currently have a bag of gems, and you have a definite mayor who would be very interested to see such gems, of course, as you know. What are you coming down on? What are you going to decide to do?
So we discussed, and we think the best course of action is to continue to search Venmar in the hope of finding anything remotely valuable. And then we're going to head across to the west to the city of Caledon.
Nice. Okay.
Find some, find out if they have any information on what's been going on.
Nice.
And hope that the fleet from Camelot, as it finds Venmar burning, will go to Caledon as it's the nearest coastal city.
Nice. Okay. Cool. So the evening's coming on. Are you guys going to camp in Venmar, or are you going to move on? Or are you going to get outside the town to camp and count down for the night?
I think we'll move a little north outside the town.
Yep, I think that's a good idea, given them magic.
Oakley dokey. Is that okay with you, Lochner? Are you happy with that?
And with me? Yep.
Cool.
Did we find anything else in the town?
You're going to be searching that tomorrow. That's going to be what you're doing first thing. From what I've heard, because it is coming down to night time, and you may walk around the terrifying corpse-filled city at night if you wish. But I'm just going on the proviso that might not be something that normal humans would want to do, but you can do it if you want to. I'm not stopping you.
I think Lochner's looking scared, so let's go camp.
Fuck you.
So, who is going? Are you guys putting down the tents, or are you just going to find like an alcove cave on the beach to tent down in, or to just to?
Yeah, I want my comfort. I want tents, but no fire.
No fire, just tents. So Lochner, do a perception check for me.
Half hour behind us. It's right. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, do a perception check for me, Lochner, if that's okay.
Don't bear with.
Guessing it wasn't the 33 I'm seeing. The mighty 33. It was wrong. Oh, shit.
Okay.
That's like...
First natural 20.
So Lochner, you find a very nice sheltered cave. And from here, you can get a fire going, and you know it won't be seen from anywhere if you put the tent in front of it. So you can get some heat. There's a lot of ventilation in there. So yeah, you can have a full-on fire, and you'll be fine here. Just from what you've been saying. The sand here is quite well compact and dry, so you can have your tent down there as well. So yeah, it's going to be quite a nice night. And also, this is also a cove, obviously, of a fisherman, because there are 20 smoked fish all there that have been smoked the night before or a few nights ago. So they might be a few days old, but they've not been packed yet. So there's fresh food there.
I'm not hungry. I ate ribs. So you guys can have the fish. It's all good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right, who is having first watch?
I will have first watch this time.
Okay.
Watch.
I can do second watch.
Awesome. So, I'm going to say now, nothing much is going to happen because you are so well hidden. Nothing is going to happen, but I'm going to skip those watches to Lochner's sleep. Lochner, you are dreaming a quite pleasant dream of Flessy. You're dreaming of Flessy, going back there and just staying within her bosom for a few days and letting this damn shoulder heal up. But I'm actually going to take you and throw you onto... Because as you sleep, you hear the crashing waves of the sea as you drift off. And before long, you feel yourself floating away. To the point where you're seeing a black glass sea roiling away against a devil's sky of almost like an old oil painting. I've always thought deep seas, especially in these kinds of paintings, are terrifying. They're just absolutely so powerful, and there's nothing you can do about it. And you're hovering above the sea like this at the moment. And
amazing. It's not terrible. Fucking amazing.
yeah. So You're above the sea, and you can hear it crashing all the way around you. And as you turn around, there's no sight of land anywhere. It just goes on and on and on. You can't see anything. And as you go down further towards the sea, it starts to calm. It starts to get a little bit calmer as you go down towards the sea. And now you start to thrash a little, wanting to stop, wanting to actually just pull yourself free of being pulled down. And you can't quite get there. And before long, your nose and your mouth is pulled down towards the sea, and you just can't keep your head above this oily water as it just keeps pulling you down. And before long, you're below the sea. And it's pitch black. It's pitch black down here. But you can hear a roiling, a sound almost like a whale would make if it wasn't so high pitched. You know, if it's like a really deep guttural wail all around you, deafening you to the point as you fall down where the water pressure causes you to open your lungs, and you realize that you can breathe, and you're falling down in pitch deep darkness. And it's cold down here, cold to the point where your extremities are numb, your heart is slowed to 1 beat a minute. It's just nothing. It's the void. It's nothingness. And then you land, and you can sense the parting of the seabed below you as dust motes go up into the water, and like powdery motes all the way around you. And you realize you're not on your own. You see 2 massive, baleful eyes staring back at you out the darkness. What would you like to do?
Towards the eyes.
You're going towards them?
Yep.
Awesome. So, you plod towards them, trying to get through. The eyes don't seem angry. The eyes don't seem like you're unwelcome. They seem like you're very welcome. They seem like they're welcoming you home. And as light spreads on the scene, you finally see the figure in front of you. It's very large.
Oh, it's good.
Large as in huge. As you hold up your hand, a red light appears in your hand. The same colour as the eyes. As you look at this monstrosity, and you can see around you as well, the water's gone. The water's gone, and the water is now seeping from all over this creature. It's seeping all over the place. You are getting a very definite sense that your register, your footprint in this world, is as a spark against a star that this thing is. It is a single spark in the darkness against an absolute star. It narrows its eyes, and you could swear if you could see a mouth, it would be smiling. And then you wake up. You wake up, and your chest is burning. And you look down, and there is angry flesh there. And as it congeals away, you can see the angry flesh is a screaming head of a raven. With tentacles coming out of its mouth.
I say it again.
Yeah. And Arden and Nameless, you hear this from the tent.
Okay. So, go and find out what's going on.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Tentacles. Lots and lots of fucking tentacles.
What
gonna
are you
need-
talking about?
Tentacles. In my dream, there was lots and lots of tentacles.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever you dream about is your own business. Have fun. and go back to sleep.
I've never seen you get like this over a dream.
It was the tentacles.
He's very sensitive.
Are you sure you're all right? Maybe Venmar got to you a bit.
Maybe. Just leave me alone. I'll be all right.
Maybe it was the smoked fish.
Lockney, you can still sense you're sure that they're looking at this thing on your chest, and but they haven't quite seen it yet. So you can either choose to show them, or you can keep it to yourself, or you can.
I presume. Well, if I try and clear my head a bit, I will assume that they would have said something if they had seen a screaming raven with tentacles on my chest. So
If they have said anything, they've seen anything, they've not said yet.
Can we see it?
No.
Okay, we haven't seen it then.
No. There is nothing on his chest.
Okay.
Yeah. Their reaction was not one of people who have seen a screaming raven tentacles.
No.
For now, I'll just go with it and process it later when I've woken up a bit.
Cool. So, are you wanting to go back to sleep?
I think I might stay awake.
Okay.
Don't eat any more smoked fish.
Yeah, don't eat any more smoked fish.
So, that is where we can leave it for now.
That's perfect timing because Louis just woken up.
There you go. So,
Aww.
I've almost got that, sixth sense there. So that's where we leave it for now. We can go Saturday again next week, but obviously any problems, give me a shout, and we will go over them.
One quick thing with Saturdays is we have the big family call at 5 p.m. my time on Saturdays. So that would be like an hour from now. So as long as it doesn't run into that time, good.
We should be fine. Yeah, it won't go any longer than that.
I'm pretty much free whenever I work from home and stuff anyway. So.
Yeah, same.
It's
All right.
really fun. It's my mom's dad, the family, like they're all out in California, but they started since last week doing this big like family Skype, and last time there were about like 14 different cameras on, and like some of them had the whole family. It was really fun.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I'm going to let you all go and
Have a good evening.
process that rather awkward information. And I'll.
No, it's so much. That's not awkward. It's cute.
No, I mean information is in what just happened in the
Tentacles.
Yeah, the tentacles. One short tentacle. So yeah, I'll see you next week for like hentai weekly, and we'll jump right back into it.
Grim.
Awesome.
Cheers,
Bye, guys.
Dean.
Have fun.
Thanks.
Oh,
Speak to you
also,
guys later.
I'm gonna send you guys a video of Giles because he was playing with my headphones during the game, and it was really cute.
Are you sending that on Discord?
I'm gonna just send it in the Facebook message.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, speak to you guys later.
All right, take it easy.
Bye now. Bye.
Cheers, guys.
So there you go. That is the second session. I'm sure that took a few people by surprise, which I hope it did. And things will get more weird as they go on. So, again, we're in the first couple of weeks of the campaign, so I'm not expecting anyone to be totally enamored, totally happy just yet. Normally, these things take I'd say about 3 to 4 weeks before people start really finding their stride. But what we will do later on this week is we will be doing the turn of the villains of the piece, the Ashen Crows. Now, in a video, I will explain to you who the Ashen Crows are, who they're led by, and what they're doing in this part of the Scorched Earth. So if you're not interested in knowing any spoilers, feel free to skip that video. But I'm going to keep all story spoilers free from that video. You're just going to find out who the bad guys are and what they want and what they're going to do, because we're actually going to do the turn of the Ashen Crows. So you'll be seeing their armies move across the campaign map that we've been seeing, and you'll know where they are, what they're doing, what they're setting up, and then you're going to, on the Saturday or Sunday, you're going to get to see the party try and unravel what the hell is going on to try and save the Lothane Valley. So, thanks very much for watching, and I'll speak to you next time.